What is up, you guys? This is Katbamna Aditi, and I am Aditi. We talk about anything and everything, and in today's episode, we will be talking about astrologers and spirituality. This is officially the last episode in season 2 of Katbamna Aditi. I am going off the grid of the social media platform after this episode, and I'm trying to find what's next for me. My brain got overstimulated with so much content consumption, and then there are also stories and reels and social media अलग से, but just Netflix and Amazon, just so much content out there. It was so overstimulating, and like these IG reels and stories and who's doing who and what and who's getting married, and that additional pressure that I put on myself, that pressure also leading me to watch more astrology content on YouTube, and then it leads to more stress. And so that stops now. Like, the healing needs to happen, it takes time, and I'm doing it in private. So if that means shopping and reading and doing nothing, then be that. I will probably be back in January or February, I don't know, or even December. On my socials and podcast will happen as of course the season 3 will happen. So hopefully I will have a new vision for the project, and I am able to take on more project, hopefully, fingers crossed. Please do check out my last episodes where I talk about dating apps, vaginas and yoni puja, age gap and love. There is something, I believe, for everyone. Yeah, do check them out. Alright, a couple of weeks ago, I scheduled a call with a tarot reader. The thing is, I love tarot reading, and I used to even read tarot for my friends for fun. If you are anything like me and love tarot reading, there are so many pehle to incredible tarot readers already available out there on YouTube. My favorite one is Baba Jolie. You can also check out like Stargirl, the Practical Witch. There is the Gem Goddess. There is Truth Well Told Tarot, and there's so many incredible readers out there, but I always end up going back to Baba Jolie. She's incredible, like, she's truly amazing. Anyways, so I have a friend in Bombay who is also called Aditi. Our meeting was a very bizarre event. It was so bizarre. I met her at my sister's wedding back in 2013. In a room full of people, there were 3 Aditis present, and at a certain point in time, we all end up at the same table eating and getting to know each other. It was so funny, so funny. Lucky for me, we were all very similar age, and rest is history. I was in Bombay right before Diwali this year, and I thought to, reach out and ask her if she knew any astrologer. She recommended me this tarot reader who I instantly recognized because I had seen a couple of her videos on YouTube, and I was like, okay, this is so meant to be. What were the odds that she already... So this YouTuber / tarot reader, my friend Aditi already went to her, I think last year, and her feedback was amazing, and hence she recommended me to go to her. I was like, okay, this is cool. I know her, I trust the energies and all of that. And so, I scheduled a voice call with her, and she charged me 3,100 for 30 to 40 minutes. Yes, that's a lot. I know. I even told myself, if she sucks, that's fine. I'm still supporting a female business owner, and so let's do it. I paid her, we scheduled a call. Now, I told this tarot reader that, hey, let's dive into 2023 and see how things look for me with everything from career, health, wealth, love, to if she sees any obstacle challenges that I might be facing, and just a general overall read is what I was looking for. So here are a couple of things she told me. पहले तो मेरा first question was about love, of course, and whether I would even find somebody or ऐसा कोई person even exist भी करता है कि नहीं. So she told me I will be meeting the person in the first quarter of 2023. So I think there were two people. The first is like very non-committal type, and then second मतलब fling wala scene tha, and then the second one is like the one. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So she asked me if I already felt like he was close in the spiritual sense of it all. And I told her yes. I think it's the fact that I'm now emotionally more open to see a companion next to me, or maybe it's actually my innermost spirit and my heart that can feel the closeness. I mean, who knows? The second thing we talked about was career. She asked me if I'm looking for a new job. I did not tell her pehle to that I already left my last job. She told me I will find a new job in the next 2 months, which will also be very satisfying. Like, she straight up told me, you've worked, I've seen that you've worked, you've put in your effort and hard work and all that, but so far it has not been very satisfying for you. And so it was meant to be that I eventually did tell her ki, hey, I just left my job, and she was like, it was meant to be. Like, no regrets, don't even regret about leaving or quitting a company. Something perfect is actually aligning up for you, and it's very, very satisfying in that way. And so I was like, okay, that's nice, like that's nice. And she also told me there are very highly likely chances of you owning your own business, or you might end up starting up something around social media. And I was like, 100% agree to that. No complaints around that. Like, I know we all knew about this. So she got everything so far correct. I am, of course, omitting a few bits and pieces, but still giving you an overall highlight of the events. A few other things I asked her were if there was fame and fortune and money and wealth and like in the future, and she said yes, that you will get it all, and for the right reason and the hard work that you put in. Like, so I'm already super proud of my future self. Like, I've put myself out there, I've worked hard, I've gotten that recognition for the actual work. So that's great. That's amazing. She also told me there's a lot of travel for you in 2023. So my optimistic ass completely and utterly blindly believed her in this travel wala scene. Like, the other half of me, the pessimistic side, wants to just come out and like toy with the optimism and like put doubts out there. And I was like, no doubts, hoga hi, kuch acha hoga hi. And then the last was health. Health was something that I asked, and like she said that it looks great. Like, it looks good, not great, it looks good, and that it's getting better over the year. And out of everything so far I've mentioned, I needed to hear the most about my health, because I have been putting in effort and I wanted to see results. So this is a great news. So basically we are looking at love and job in the first quarter, which I'm honestly excited and scared about. One other thing my friend Aditi told me was that the timeline she mentions is usually not very accurate. So it can happen a month or two before or a month or two after the time frame that she's given in. And I was like, okay, cool, Geo, Gine do, peace out. So we are looking at the first quarter, right? So we can probably look at like April or May even, we don't know. Yeah, at the end of it all, I have like a love-hate relationship with astrologers. But I still feel astrology, tarot reading, everything, whatever, is still a very underrated field. Like, people turn towards it to feel good, to hear any good news they can get in this ever-shifting, chaotic world. And so if anything can give us even a little bit of hope, we hang on to it. like as tightly as we can. I understand this, like, and I hope you do too. And hence, even why I consider it underrated. Anything that gives you hope, yeah. Yeah. So my mom reached out to like at least three different astrologers over a period of, let's say, 5 to 7 years. Like, yeah, yeah. So we are not very big believers, but it's okay to check in from time to time, and especially now with the marriage card looming over me. Consistently, all of them, I kid you not, all of them have told my mom, please make sure that you match her patrika before getting her married. Like something's gonna happen if the patrika does not match. And that's that. Like, this was a warning that was told to her. Makes sense. I'm also a very tough cookie to crack. So I also manifested, by the way, not getting married in my 20s, and this is my 29th year of life. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And if you ask why not like 24, 25? Like, I've seen a lot of creators getting married early, and like people, matlab, this is a good age. 26, 27 is a good age. My sister got married even younger, 20. I think she was right out of college, 2 years into her job, and I think she got married around 24 or 25. Wowza, if I think back on it, like she was like genuinely very, very young when she got married. It's crazy. Okay, to each its own. Whatever feels good to you, you do that. But I manifested that because I think I knew somewhere deep down, like, I wanted more. And I've also heard that marriages last longer when you get married in your 30s rather than in your 20s. And I think this is quite accurate, especially considering you put in the internet and advanced technology and social media and ever evolving world at this point. I think it's good to know firstly what you want and what makes you happy before considering to get married, because marriage does not solve problems, I guess. It just amplifies them twofolds, because there's not just you that you have to take care of, there's another person that you're hanging out with. And so if you're not happy, it's sort of going, you sort of start projecting that onto other person, and the other person gets frustrated and all of that. And so you gotta like make sure you're physically okay, you're mentally okay, you're emotionally okay, you're happy, you're checking in with your therapist from time to time. And it's great to even talk about therapist and mental health and therapy in general with people you date. I think it just brings out the vulnerable side of everyone. So that's great. I have an extremely, by the way, extremely positive outlook to divorces. Nobody needs to carry on a dead relationship and be unhappy for 40 to 50 years of their life. We are millennials, and I appreciate that people now see that we are more accepting of divorces, things not working out. Just we are more accepting of that. Like, one of the biggest fashion and lifestyle creator on Instagram India got separated in recent news. I was shook. I was genuinely shook, because she made so much content out of it, like spent so much money on the outfit, Sabyasachi outfit, and the wedding, and skincare and makeup and all the events, and so much content was built around that. And like, damn, pehle to it hurts to see this happen to her as a human, on a human to human scale. It hurts to see this happen to her, because pehle to ek to I don't know her, but empathy all out to her. Only love to her and her family, but it hurts to see so much effort being wasted. Matlab, it totally ruins you, like whoever you come out as after all of this chaos is a whole new and a different person. Like, yes, being strong is the only option you have. We deliver, honey, we deliver. And so she even looks different, I don't know. Anyways, our parents do care a lot about what would people say or think, like log kya kahenge. But we are now all very educated and have a degree and a job, and times have changed for sure around this. Yes, there are people who look you sideways, give you that side look kya kahenge, but yaar, if you are educated and you're earning the money and bringing the food on your table, what else do you need? Like, if you can support yourself, दूसरा partner मिल जाएगा, that's not an issue at this point. Anyways, if someone does not have a healthy outlook for breakups and divorces, you cannot sit on my table, period. Does that mean like I'm looking for separation? By the way, my mom have been warned a couple of times that I might end up getting divorced, and so she is scared. Makes sense. But does that mean I'm actually looking out for divorcing somebody or getting separated? I was like, no, like I will fight to the nail, but if the same effort is not being reciprocated, what's the point in fighting, right? I want to make an episode on divorce, so I am going to bank this topic for now and stop right here. Yeah. I was just talking about spirituality the other day with since we're already on astrology and tarot reading, I was talking about spirituality with my friend Aditi, and she came across, she told me she came across a very big Indian male influencer talking about science on Instagram. This influencer is a pretty big name, calls himself curious and wants to dig deep and find answers and won't accept that some things are simply beyond explanation. Yeah. So I asked her, why does it bother her so much? She told me because he has a very big audience, numbers are huge, and he's talking shit and preaching wrong things. So here's what I told her. There will always be believers and there will always be non-believers. I personally like to interact with people who are more open-minded to new concepts and ideas. I gave her an example of Phoebe and Ross from Friends, like where they argue, wo scene yaad hai, where they argue about the theory of evolution, and she ends up convincing Ross that there could be more to it, that we are still right now discovering so much about the world we live in, and that there are more possibilities and multiverses. So at the end of the day, I told her we are both students of science and we keep our mind open. And I also told her, like, people are smart. If he's wrong, people will point out, people will call him out. And people also, the cancel culture is real, by the way. Like, it's real, it's out there. So take everything with a grain of salt. Whatever you hear, whatever you see on WhatsApp, these WhatsApp forwards, these so-called, like, creators, I don't know, like, always have your eyes open, mind open. You should be full of questions. That's great. It's good to question things. Yeah. Spirituality is simple for me. I found my spirituality when I was living in California. I was, absolutely so lonely out there. No words can, make you understand that journey unless you take it by yourself. Of course, like, you live there, go out there and see what happens. Like, just go. It is an experience, I will say this. I started praying, meditating, using affirmations to help elevate my energy. Doing that, sort of gave me hope. Like, I was no longer alone, that I'm protected by the universe. Spirituality for me is whatever that gives me hope. And does that make any sense? Is it? I wanted to read out to you this quote that I read on Instagram, which I, to the depth of my heart, believe in. So here it goes. The universe responds to your frequency. It does not recognize your personal desire, wants, or needs. It only understands the frequency in which you are vibrating at. For example, if you are vibrating in the frequency of fear, guilt, or shame, you are going to attract things of similar vibration. If you're vibrating in frequency of love, joy, abundance, you are going to attract things that support that frequency. It's kind of like tuning in a radio station. You have to be tuning into music you want to listen to, just like you have to be tuned into energy you want to manifest into your life. Change your mindset, it will change your life. So yeah, I wanted to add to this, who you listen to matters a lot, especially when you're down the dump. Who you listen to matters. Who you listen to matters. I've been, listening to a lot of Oprah content. She gave her commencement speech, and there's some of the like very inspiring stuff she said during her lifetime, and I've seen a lot of her videos on YouTube, and it genuinely got me out of the funk. For the past 5 days, I've been just feeling so down the dump, and I knew something needed to change or I will spiral out of control, and I don't want that again to happen. So the best thing to do is go out, put on shoes and go out and walk in the nature. Like, nature heals everything. I'm trying to recognize more of that in myself. Nature is the most healing element. Earth is the most healing element, especially for me. And hey, I am a earth sign, so yeah, I think earth is where we will go, right? Go back to, no matter what religion you are from, it's the earth that you go down in. Yeah. So whatever you want to call spirituality, to each its own. There's no hard and fast rules about spirituality, and I love that. What I do is that I'm a stubborn pehle to what I do know is that I am a stubborn, very very stubborn old soul. Like, I've been there, I've done that a lot of times before this. Here's something my yoga instructor shared with me that I found absolutely fascinating stuff. Like, when she shared this with me, like, mind blown. She told me we get a chance if we want to come back to earth or not. Like, yes, past life good karmas matter, but free will? Like, what? If you were given a choice, will you decide to come back and live this life again? Well, a different form of life or whatever, wherever you go to, whoever you end up, whatever body you end up in or circumstances you end up in, would you still choose to come back? I mean, we all said yes, hence we are here, irrespective of, if this is your first birth or your 7th or 8th or 10th. I don't know how many births we have. But I like to keep my mind open on that. As long as, my beliefs and my spirituality does not hurt anyone and it brings me peace and joy, I'm happy. With that, I will end this season of Kaipan Aditi. Absolutely grateful for your kindness and time. This is Aditi, and I am your host and host of this show, this season 2 of Kaipan Aditi. Until next time, everyone, Aujo.